The pilot at an altitude of 10,000 meters suddenly noticed that the compass on the instrument panel was malfunctioning. He immediately took out the emergency manual to find a solution. Following the manual's instructions, he turned on the radar switch, but the compass still failed to indicate the direction. Jack had no choice but to call the base for help. But there was no response. At this point the plane no longer had enough fuel to return. To calm himself down, he took a deep breath. Then he took out a map and decided to head for the nearest airport. If everything went as expected, he could land safely before running out of fuel. Unexpectedly, a thick fog suddenly appeared in the sky. Without the guidance of the compass, the plane completely lost its direction, spinning in circles within the fog. Jack immediately reduced speed and descended in altitude. He switched to a triangular flight pattern to maximize fuel efficiency. He called the base again, but still got no response. He could only pray that someone would spot him on the radar. Soon there were only 300 pounds of fuel left, enough for just 10 more minutes of flight. If no rescue came, he would have no choice but to attempt a water landing. Jack's mental state completely collapsed, but he quickly regained his composure. Looking at a photo of his girlfriend, he decided to risk everything. Using the backup fuel, he prepared for an emergency landing on the sea. Suddenly he noticed an old-fashioned fighter jet emerging from the clouds. He quickly used the radio to call for help, but there was no response. Eventually the fighter jet disappeared into the fog. Just as Jack was about to lose hope, the fighter jet suddenly reappeared in front of him. It waggled its wings, signaling him to follow closely. Jack then gestured to the pilot, indicating that he only had enough fuel for 3 more minutes. The fighter pilot understood the signal immediately and guided Jack toward a safe landing. Following the lights on the runway, Jack successfully landed at a nearby airport. After signaling to Jack, the fighter pilot swiftly flew away, but the strange events had only just begun.